Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our panel. Today we've got a very exciting topic where we're going to be talking about understanding 8K content and how it influences the viewing experience. As part of this, we'll be covering some key aspects of the 8K ecosystem, of 8K workflows. As you can see here in the slide, there are quite a few areas where 8K is already happening. It's already involved. We've got content creation, we've got capture, we've got editing. As you can see here, we've also got encoding, distribution, decoding, AV receivers, displays. So all throughout the 8K ecosystem, there are already 8K capabilities throughout. So it's a very exciting time to help make sure that consumers, installers are helping everybody to be future ready with 8K technologies throughout this ecosystem. Additionally, as part of this, we want to talk a bit about 8K content creation, distribution, and integration, and how it's being supported by a number of leading companies, as you can see here on this slide. So now I would like to introduce you to our panelists. We've got a great group of panelists here. My name is Juan Reyes. I am the Director of Operations for the 8K Association. As part of my panelists, we have here Bob Gorelick, an award-winning cinematographer, cameraman for the Society of Camera Operators. Did some really exciting work, as you can see here from the next slide that we've got here that he was able to provide us with. He was able to, this is him in a shot from The Dark Knight. You can see him there holding the camera over the actors. So we're very excited to have him here participating on this panel. We'll be talking about other work that he's been involved with, such as Stranger Things. We've got some great topics to talk to Bob about here. Additionally, I have Eilbron Khoshabeh from the VP of Sales from BZB Gear. Well, he'll be talking about some of the equipment, switchers, decoders, and other devices that he's got, extenders as part of the BZ Gear product line. And we also have Ravi Velhal, Director of Global Secure Strategy for Intel, where he's going to talk about some of the exciting work he's been done around 8K. So as part of that, I'd like to have each of you just give us a minute about what you're doing and what you're involved with. Tell us a little bit about yourself, starting here with you, Bob.
Hey, hello everybody. My name is Bob Gorelick. I've been a camera operator, Steadicam operator on movies and television shows since the late 1980s. And I've worked on such projects as The Abyss, Jerry Maguire, The Dark Knight, Pulp Fiction, and Stranger Things. First 3 seasons of Stranger Things.
Exciting stuff. Eilbron, let us know.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. My name is Eilbron. I'm with BZB Gear. I've been in this industry since 2004, I guess. With BZB Gear, we try to provide solutions and designs for commercial AV, residential AV, and try to help to manage, distribute the video feeds and signals throughout the application. So I'm excited to be here and be able to discuss what is available with 8K processors in the market and what you can plan and put in the future applications that you guys have.
Thank you. Ravi, tell us a bit about yourself.
Thank you, Juan and 8K Association, for organizing this fantastic panel here and booth presence here at the CEDIA, a very important show for us. My name is Ravi Velhal. I'm a Senior Director Global Content Strategy for Intel. I've been getting excited about 8K since 2008 when I saw this first at NHK at IBC show in Amsterdam, and privileged to basically let know that we just got back from Paris, where we did the 319 hours of live and recorded 8K live streaming from Paris to 8 or 9 countries around the world and multiple locations around the world. And it's been a phenomenal journey to get the 8K readiness. And with 8K Association, we would like to kind of like evangelize this and get the format better, so we have more system integrator and content creators and distributors be a part of the journey with us together.
Thank you for that, Ravi. We'll touch a bit more on the 8K Paris Olympics here in just a moment. I want to talk a little bit about the work that each of you are doing within your organization specific to 8K, starting with you, Eilbron.
So here at BZB Gear, we try to focus on solutions that they are available to transport 8K content. So 8K content can be generated with the computer softwares for LED panels or LED displays. Also working on the gaming consoles that they will be soon available with 8K. So we can take the signal uncompressed from the processor or a computer, transmit it within medium like a fiber or the copper. We can also provide a solution that you can send or distribute the same video feed to multiple displays or LED panels. Our goal is to make the products that comply all the HDMI 2.1 features, 8K 60 Hertz. And we're going to be getting ready to implement that 8K in our broadcasting line PTZ cameras as well within next year. So that being said we are here to help integrators, dealers, that they are putting 8K TVs in their residential applications, also be able to send 8K content when they are ready or distribute those content through these nice displays. Right now, the market is just using a 4K processors, extenders, and stuff like that. But since last year at BZB Gear, we were able to send 8K signals over the copper using compression, DSC compression, and HDBaseT 3.0 over the copper up to 100 meters, and as well uncompressed 8K 60 Hertz through our fiber, and we use our 4x4, 8x8 8K metric switchers to distribute those video feeds. Our goal is by end of this year, have a 16x16 metric switcher that you can use it in the residential applications, or you can use it in the commercial applications. You can use it in the broadcasting applications to grab those 8K content from 8K cameras and distribute them to control rooms, processing rooms, or LED panels that they are available to show those content.
Thank you, Eilbron. And Ravi, give us a little more about what Intel's doing with 8K.
Yeah. So we have more than 3 decades of rich history driving every media format. I mean, so we like an analog to first digital transmission or the first digital format, even the creation of broadcast flag with ecosystem partner, then driving the DVD forum, SD, HD, then the 4K, even the Blu-ray, then your movies in the cloud, ultraviolet, and many other initiatives, including creating the first CDN. That is kind of like an act as a stepping stone to see where the industry we are today. I mean, driving from the analog SD, HD, 4K, and now 8K is a monumental leap, and it requires entire ecosystem to come together. So we, as a silicon ingredient provider, we worked at look at like from holistically what's the ecosystem needs are, what the format needs are. Then it requires like a very high speed encoding. You need decoding. You need a player. You need a bits and bytes to transfer over the cloud. So it takes a whole host of things from a glass-to-glass revolution to take place, or a format revolution to take place. So we kind of like supporting and driving some of that journey. And I've been privileged enough to kind of like drive 8K. I mean, I started working Intel since '98, merely on the SD. Then the HD started, I mean, then 4K, something that we started in 2008. And then 8K we've been publicly showing since 2016. Japan already has like a 2 8K TV channel, so this is not like a far-fetched dream. And given our relationship with Olympics, we did the entire Olympic in Tokyo in 2020, middle of pandemic, live broadcasted, but it was very limited broadcast. But come Paris Olympic, we did the entire Olympic selected games, live broadcasters over 8K with a very minimum latency. We have to insert the broadcast delay to meet the regulations. But we've been doing like more better, faster pixel and the immersive audio to give you that experience. That's something like user want and crave for. Our whole job is to kind of like get the ecosystem ready so more content producers can create, more system integrator can take this mission forward, and then we kind of like get into the next format, what it is. And part of it, VVC is one of the encryption technology that we use, which we're able to bring a lot of bitrate into like 40 to 60 Mbps zone, which is a much more like required for democratizing 8K for the home or the home audience, which I think like what CEDIA and this particular conferences care about.
Thank you for that, Ravi. And now, Bob, with your experience as a camera operator on some of these amazing films, talk to us about the benefits of 8K for content creators such as yourself or the creative community.
Sure. So, I work with this amazing technology, not so much on the technical side, but on the content creation side, the creative side. And so for us, I've been on this digital journey since 2K to 4K, 6K, and now, 8K. And with each generation, the tools with which we have to work are better and better. And our goal is always to strive to provide the best technology and the best quality image for the content that we create. So, I'm very excited about what 8K can bring to us as a creative tool.
Thank you for that. So as you've heard, there's a lot of great experience here on, from Intel, from BZB Gear, Bob as a camera operator, talking about all of the benefits and capabilities of 8K. There's some really, really great things going on. And then Ravi, you touched a little bit about the VVC encoding and some of those capabilities. Many of the challenges that we've heard people talk about is getting it into the home, the number of pixels, the high resolution. Talk to us about some of the advancements of the VVC encoding and how that's really helping to streamline things and compress with a high quality to get things into the home properly.
Sure. So I'll give a comparison. When we did the Tokyo Olympics 2020 in 2021, we leveraged HEVC. Great. And in order to meet the broadcast grade requirement, because you don't want to compromise the picture quality. Like I said, my mantra has always been more, better, faster pixel, and the immersive audio that bring the stadium quality experience together. So HEVC we capped at like 80 to 100. That's what like a commercial cloud provider can basically handle. And that's great. Basically, we're able to preserve the broadcast quality. Signal comes at 48 gigabits per second from the 8K cameras, which we compress in a real time, less than like 200 to 400 millisecond or up to 1 second, based on the encoding mode that we use. And 100 Mbps was what was used in Tokyo, but still that require like at least like a half a gigabits per second home internet bandwidth or 1 gigabits per second reliably if you want to like consume. So we proved the technology. Yes, it can be transmitted, it can be done live, because that's what the sports requires and the challenges associated with it. But then we took like a very monumental goal, how we can reduce bandwidth. But of course, like reducing bandwidth is not just a one thing. Our integrity is always to maintain the signal, that the quality of like a content creators and content capture that has been created, how the mezzanine looks like when it comes from 40 gigabits per second, or let's say 300 Mbps, which is the mezzanine quality, and how we can distribute to home. See, in order to do that, we resort to VVC. We work with several partners, and we, with partners, we developed Spin Digital. We developed VVC technology, and we did the VVC-based encoder, our Xeon scalable encoder with 112 core, able to compress 48 gigabytes per second to 40 to 60 Mbps compared to 80 to 100 Mbps targeted we set for Tokyo. Paris we did 40 to 60 Mbps, and that in a realms of 200 Mbps home internet, that means you can able to watch sports live. And that's why it was very important for us to kind of achieve that parameter, and we did maintain the gold standard of it. There was not a single time the quality was done, and we leveraged such an advanced technology such as a content-aware encoding, means based on the signal complexity, then you apply like in a particular presets. And that decision was done using the artificial intelligence or advanced metric extension AI accelerator that Intel has. Based on the scene complexity, we determine how that scene needs to be encoded. So certain scene can go up to 60 Mbps. Certain scene can be just encoded in a 5 Mbps. So average bitrate was around like 20, 30 Mbps, but the range we always like to give 40 to 60. And it was by preserving the broadcast grade quality, and we delivered that. So technically, from more than 8 petabytes of data that we captured for 319 hours of Olympic content, out of it 82 hours of live content, and we able to compress at 1500 times compression, and by preserving the broadcast grade quality. That is, I want to emphasize that very clearly. It's not like, I can just do the 8K live streaming at 10 Mbps. That's not the point. Point is, we need to maintain the broadcast quality so people see the difference. Why I'm buying 8K? What's the quality? Why we are investing this? And when you see that, that's what like in a VVC versatile video coding technology or H.266 was able to allow do that by saving close to 25% bitrate.
Thank you for that, Ravi. So obviously you hear the improvements where through 8K content with the VVC encoding capabilities, we're looking at bit rates that are similar, if not better, than what we're experiencing for getting 4K into the home. So very exciting times, taking it from camera, capture, encoding, decoding, and talking about cameras and such. Bob, if you can talk to us a little bit about 4K, 8K cameras, lenses, and how important is that to the whole 8K ecosystem?
Oh, it's very important. So we shoot mostly, well, today we use mostly 4K cameras. We're looking forward to using 8K cameras, which are, on the short horizon. 2K, every generation has provided us with a much broader sort of palette to work with from, latitude, from lighting latitude to color density, to less noise for VFX. And it allows us to create things with higher and higher quality for the end user. And that's what we like about it.
Thank you for that. So obviously we've got all of this data going through. Eilbron, talk to us a little bit about, as far as your equipment, talking to the integrators we have here, getting those set up in the home, the products that are supporting 8K and what you're doing to support them and train them on implementation and usage and installation for your products.
Yeah, as Bob mentioned, so the 8K content will be available through the broadcasters. On the other hand, we have 8K content coming out from the gaming consoles or media players. Soon will adopt to 8K as we see Netflix and Amazon and YouTube are trying to stream 8K content as well. So if you're doing a residential applications and you're using multiple TVs and screens at the home, you want to get those content, also be able to distribute them, and also be able to automate those devices with control systems. So what we do is we just help to facilitate, help to distribute those video feeds around, keeping the content as the quality as it is received, and distribute them with the full HDMI 2.1 features to the TVs, displays, projectors. As we can see, there's most of the TV screen manufacturers such as Sony, Samsung, LG are pushing for 8K screens. We have 8K projectors now as well. So getting those feeds and sending them, and also be able to control media players and screens and stuff like that is possible with our solutions and technologies. We can control with multiple applications our processors and be able to transmit those video feeds and also control the features. We can also help to distribute 8K signals through older technology or older TVs. We can downscale 8K signals that are received to 4K that can be possibly go to 4K displays, projectors. Another thing I want to mention is 8K content. It's a wide range of the application for 8K content. Right now, as you guys see, VR is very important, virtual reality stuff, and they want to focus on 8K to get as realistic content as they can and provide them to the users. In order to do that, to distribute the video feeds, they need to have our solutions. Our solutions are very affordable. It's not like before that there was a gap in the market. If you want to buy a HD solution, it was, example, like $1,000, and you want to buy a 4K, it was a $10,000. Right now, the 4K and 8K solutions are pretty much very same in the cost. And with putting the 8K product, you're actually future-proofing the application for upcoming products that they coming very soon. Technology is advancing, AI is advancing. Also in the medical applications, where the clarity of the photos, video images, frame rate are very, very important. in that case, you need to go with 8K solution in order to make a sensitive decisions that they are life-threatening decisions. If you're doing if you're shooting with the 8K camera in a surgery room, and you have advisors or you have a consultant that they are remotely seeing those stuff, the frame rate and the 8K resolution is very, very important. So we are here to help those applications with our product and solutions.
Thank you for that. We'll possibly take some questions at the end if there's time. So thank you. So as you hear, there's a lot going on in the 8K space: capture, encode, decode, delivery. So one of the things we want to do is talk a little bit about a real life use case that's happened. And Ravi, if you could talk to us a little bit about that whole end-to-end process about capturing the Paris Olympics in 8K and being able to live stream them to areas around the globe.
So I'll just give first consumer application, and my friend here already talked about the medical. Medical, actually, you can see the capillaries with the 8K camera. Of course, the live sports is a holy grail of 8K and adoption and more consumer adoption in home, because that's where people are willing to pay money. But we have file-based encoding and the file-based setup where it can be used for the movie if you captured in 8K. And we also have live workflow. So workflow-wise, we have all that. And also from cloud, we can also downscale to HD, 4K, any format that you want on demand. It's a very important because not every broadcaster is basically 8K deployment ready. So though they can capture in 8K, if there is like in a nascent stage, 8K is there, you can basically evangelize and distribute in 8K. But at the same time, you can cater to existing base in HD and 4K as well. And the quality will be a lot more stunning because you captured at the highest resolution possible from the source. And then it encoded with a much precision and care and distribute. So this is an advantage. 8K is not something like a far-fetched dream. This is already happening, and the existing broadcasters and content creators can take advantage. And the camera prices are falling right now. I mean, you can shoot pretty much 8K in like your Canon R5 or Sony Alpha, $3,000 to $5,000 range, or even some consumer-grade cameras as well. So there's a tons of YouTube videos in 8K is available, but somebody has to step up and show what's the ultra premium content. And that's why as Olympic top sponsor, we took that goal as an R&D, let's take the Olympic and try to do the live. And we did the broadcast great without very minimum frame drops. Basically the frame drop happened because server was getting hot because of lack of air conditioning one day. But other than that, it was absolutely phenomenal. And again, seeing is believing. But one example I want to give you, in Tokyo Olympics, there was a Colombian judoka was playing a judo match, and she dropped her contact lens. So not only camera captured the contact lens, you can see the marking on fingerprint on that contact lens actually. So that's the level of an empathy it generates. You don't need to tell actually why this is better than this resolution that. You can put all that hypothesis or theories to the rest when you watch good quality content encoded with the precision and taken care and distributed and decode and playback also. And that's what, and our Paris workflow is actually public. I'm happy to provide a link and share. I think 8K Association also published a paper on that one. So feel free to take a look at it. And even like Paris Olympics, a lot of games were actually shot 100 meters, no Moir effect. Everything was like a really super surreal. I was there in the stadium, but watching it in 8K on TV was much more surreal. And another incident I recall, we captured 3x3 and watch it in 8K. And in that scene, literally I just said, okay, freeze the frame and just keep zooming and zooming. It started like zooming the leather basketball, and we could see the grains in between the leather, two leather grains actually. There's some dust specks actually into that. And that's the level of details that we are talking. And once that you experience it, you don't want to go back to any other resolution.
That's pretty amazing that we were able to do that. And as we start to get towards the end, one of the things I'd like to ask each of you is, you hear some people who are a little skeptical about the advantages related to 8K. I'd like to hear from each of you to tell me about what you can tell people about advantages and benefits of 8K and what they can do to be future ready. Starting with you, Bob.
Yeah, I wanted to mention this earlier and didn't get to it, but from the end user's perspective, aside from all of the great technical things that 8K gives us as creators, it presents content that is much more immersive for the viewer. It really has so much more depth to it and sort of draws in the audience. And we believe it leaves the viewer with like a more lasting impression of, whatever it is that they're watching.
Thank you. And then Eilbron, words from you on that.
I agree with him. I mean, one thing that we cannot stop is advancing the technology. And what we provide is nothing different from a HD solution or 4K solution. But with the 8K, you're taking it to the next level. You're seeing way clear images and way better things on the TV that you cannot see them with the naked eye anymore. You can go to more details. It's way better. There is nothing to worry about it. Switching from 4K to 8K is pretty much the same thing for integrators and dealers. It's an easy step to take. That's pretty much what I can say.
Thank you. And words from you, Ravi.
I say like keep your friend close, but skeptics closer. And to me, like skeptics bring me immense joy and pleasure because they want you to motivate to do something better if you're like lacking something. So don't feel offended by that. I mean, yes, we have seen the argument. And the first time the color TV came, black and white TV came, first time SD came, HD came. Oh, I just bought HD TV, I don't need a 4K. So we have heard that argument, let the time and the quality settles, but have integrity, basically like capture in a great quality, show something that they feel like an empathy, and some of these things also as a skeptical why we are doing it. But unless you see what it is able to achieve, you'll not be able to prove yourself. And somebody just have to show, and this is why I want to thank to 8K Association, the job you're doing by being a completely neutral, impartial, and kind of educating customers. And that's the phase we are in right now. Yes, we have seen, I've seen tons of 8K contents. My eyes already set onto that one. But having like this education is very important. Come check out our 8K demos also. We were not able to bring Olympic content, but at least we will be able to show you some of the other 8K files. Make your own judgment. If there are ways to improve, we always take a feedback. But I think like Juan, you were there when we live stream in Hollywood, and a lot of skeptic actually become like a supporter right now because they see the continuous progression. They see like their eyes and mindset were particularly fixated on something, and now they kind of like are, wow, I really believe in this one. And that's is because of like a lot of patience and perseverance and a lot of grind that we've been doing and driving through decades of our research and bringing true quality. So we are true to ourselves and true to our mission, and it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, thank you for that, Ravi. And I will say that it was a very amazing experience last month being able to experience the Paris Olympics live streamed in 8K, 60p, HDR10 on an 85-inch screen, where we had some people who were a little bit skeptical, industry experts, but they came back and were giving us comments like, this is amazing, I can stand back and still see some amazing detail. I've switched over, I'm now a supporter of 8K, so it was really, really exciting to see that. And we know that that's coming, so we want to make sure that you are working with your customers, your vendors, to talk about 8K, to see what you can do to help everybody be future ready with 8K. In the past, 4K displays came before the content. Now we've got 8K displays. The content is coming. As you can see, the entire ecosystem is already there for 8K. So be future ready. I'd like to thank you all for participating, for attending this session. A special thanks to our panelists for helping us out here. I also urge you to come by the 8K Association booth. We are located at C919, where we have a 8K display from Samsung showing some amazing content. Also, we've got a 120-inch 8K projector from Hisense Short Throw, some amazing content there. Additionally, we recently released a white paper, as you can see here. You can come to our booth and get a copy of it, a physical copy, or you can download a copy of it. There's some very helpful information here on the technology, the business side, where we're going with that. Sorry we didn't have time for questions. We were at a short time frame here, but if you have questions, feel free to come up to us here at the stage or come to our booth. We are here all week. And again, thank you for participating.
Thank you.